Hi, Q-Top.
How's it going, man? How's it going?
It's going real well. It's going real well. I saw a few of your debates with Parker. Um, they've been wildin'.
Yup. So
Crazy.
what you been up to, bro? You been
The
chilling?
same shit, Q-Top. I saw you were shit posting for Jamal for Jesus, which is a strange opinion.
Yeah, why you hate Jamal, bro? Like,
He's stupid and bigoted.
Man, Jamal's a good guy, bro.
He's not, but it's an interesting alignment to make. But Q-Top, I was wondering if we had a talk a while ago. I
Yeah.
think we got quite far. You're effectively just a Christian, right? So you being up here on pro-choice is not terribly elucidatory. Let's see. There we go. Because you'll just be
before you
like,
change it,
a wizard did it.
yeah,
God,
I mean, like, before you change it, I would just give my thoughts on that, and then, like I said, then we could talk about
it'll
God and
literally just
everything.
be a wizard did it, won't it? It'll be like God.
Nah, bro, God ain't no wizard. But yeah, I mean, essentially, I believe that abortion is murder. The reason why I believe abortion is murder because we all made in the image of God. So pretty much what that means is that we all actually have objective purpose and value because of who God is and the reason in which He created us. So the thing is, when we take
I
another
don't get you,
human
Tom.
life,
So as to the point that we actually disagree on,
hold
because
up,
I'm not
hold up,
gonna,
Will.
you're not welcome on
Will,
my life to preach, right?
bro,
This
I'm
is the
not
fun part
preaching.
about my life is I switched the topic because I knew what you were gonna say, and it's not new and it's not
Yeah,
productive.
I
Yeah,
don't believe
I
in
mean,
God.
Yeah, we don't believe in
okay,
God, so
yeah,
you're
I mean, we
talking
could
about what
talk about
your
why God.
mythos says. I don't care.
I mean,
Uh,
we could talk about why God exists because like
let's
y'all
talk
can't
about
run
why
from
you
the
believe God,
truth, bro.
how you can
We
prove
could talk
God
about
to
why God exists.
exist. If I remember
Yeah.
correctly, your argument runs as such: the laws of logic exist outside of us. The laws of logic are a conception.
Oh, that's a
Therefore,
totally different argument, but that was just like one little tiny thing. I have so many different arguments, like we can go in 1,000 different
Hey,
directions.
I do
Yeah,
want
so
to ask though,
that
Q-top, babies who are aborted, do they go to heaven?
okay, this thank you for asking that question. So
Welcome.
the Bible says that all children actually belong to God. So the thing is, now there's some Christians who are going to tell you, right, that babies could go to hell, right? Me personally, I don't believe in that. There is some debate among biblical scholars. Me personally, I take the view that all children do belong to the Lord. So all children are pure, all children are innocent. Therefore, they will automatically go to heaven. There is no judgment for them.
Oh, so yes was the answer.
That is correct. That's what I believe. But I'm saying that there is
Great. And
debate
don't
among biblical.
Christians want to go to heaven?
You said what, ma'am? Can you repeat that?
Don't Christians want to go to heaven?
Yes, ma'am.
So why would abortion be bad?
I'm confused with your logic.
If Christians want to and aborted babies go to heaven, why would that be bad?
Yeah, so the thing is, the conclusion is good, but the thing is, it's now the intent which leads to that conclusion, right? So the thing is, we don't have the authority to take another human life. So although the conclusion may be that baby ends up in heaven, that's not the purpose in which they were created. The purpose in which they were created was to live a fulfilling life in which they could actually sustain themselves, they could learn, they could grow. That's the purpose, is for us to glorify God. When you take it upon yourself to end that human being's life, that's where you've totally gone wrong. And that's why the Bible says this is an abomination. So abortion is murder. But Will,
Do
like,
you think 40-year-old men should be able to marry 16-year-old girls?
Kenzie, 1 second, we can answer. But I'm again, like I'm here to talk to Will, talk to Will, because I know we had a
Well,
very
I don't know though.
productive.
Like I heard you got banned from Parker's Live. I feel like I just want to get that on in the air.
Okay, Kenzie. I mean, you can say what you want to say. Like I made a whole video on my page about this, bro. So you just helped me out. but Will, I
wasn't
really
it
would like
like
to
wasn't
have a
your
productive.
video on your page literally coping about like your worldview necessitating what you said?
Everybody just watch my video, man. We got 1.1 thousand people in here, man.
It
Everybody,
was quite a lot of cope.
they trying to spread
I'll make a
misinformation on my
response to
name.
it.
Just
I
go
think
to
that
my.
response will just be me cackling at
I
how
mean,
inept it is. But as to
okay,
I
so
am curious though.
okay, so
Like, will
let's
you
talk
just
about
tell
it.
me? Do
Let's
you
talk
think
about
like?
it.
Wait, I
No,
just want a yes or
hold up,
no.
Kenzie,
Can
just
40-year-old
go on
men
mute,
marry
please, bro.
16-year-olds?
Kenzie, I did not come here for you. Like I know Will. Like I did not come here for you. Like I genuinely want to
I
talk
know.
to Will.
I don't need you to be in this live for me in order for me to engage with you.
correct.
Okay, Will, did you want to have a conversation, bro? Because
Well, I'm wondering why you're running away from her because I think that's fair enough.
You said what?
I think I'm interested also in your view on 40-year-old
Yeah.
sexuality.
I mean, we could really get into it.
Let's really get into it, Q-Top, because I think it's a really easy answer. I think if you're 11 or 12
So Will,
or
let me ask you a
16 and
question.
post puberty, you should not be forced
Yeah.
to
Okay, well, okay. So why are you putting words in my mouth? So this is
so do you believe that it's ever accepted? I'll just ask the direct answer question. Okay. If you say no, it's real easy. Do you believe marriage that includes someone who is 11, 12, or 13 is ever permissible?
Watch my video.
Okay, so if you can't answer directly, we can't quote get real into it.
No.
1 second. I'd like a direct answer.
You can't start off with a direct,
yes direct answer.
You're gonna have to let me actually.
You certainly can. These are not hard questions.
If you can't answer, right?
Because I want to talk about
crazy that you would rather be picked than answer the question.
That is insane.
You're running, bro. Y'all
so one second, Q-Top. I'll ask again.
Bro, I want to talk about guys.
I don't care what you want to do,
bro.
Q-Top.
I'm here.
Q-Top.
See, look. Everybody, look. He's running.
Q-Top. I'd love an answer.
He's running. Everybody,
you are running. You would rather run than answer a very simple question.
Q-Top, all you have to do is answer a very direct and easy question.
Jesus Christ is Lord. Look, he doesn't even want to engage with the conversation, bro. You don't
want to engage. Don't project.
Jesus Christ is Lord. Jesus Christ is King.
Q-Top, can you hear me?
Bro, I've been hearing you.
Can you understand what I'm saying?
Do you want to talk about God?
Can you understand what I'm saying?
Do you want to talk about God? Yes or no?
Can you understand what I'm saying?
Background says, why should I believe your God?
Do you hear the words that I'm saying?
No.
You don't?
No.
Okay, then we can't have a discussion. It was lovely having you up, Q-Top.
Yeah, thank you for running. Thank you for running, bro.
Well, if you can't understand the words that I'm saying, there's no point speaking.
Run, bro. I'm here, bro. You're clipped. I literally have you screen recorded. Will runs away from a debate. Literally, I'm here. Let's talk about God.
I asked you if you understood. Do you understand the words that I'm saying?
No.
Then how can we discuss?
Discuss what?
If you don't understand the words that I'm saying, how can we have a discussion?
Wait, Will, do you understand inference? If I didn't understand the words that you were saying, how can I be responding to you?
If you're answering negatory,
I thought you were logical, bro. Wait, I really thought you were a logical guy.
I thought you weren't lying. You're either admitting to being an idiot or a liar. Which one?
No, I think you're admitted to being illogical. That's what I really think.
I ask Will what he means all the time. He's like, you understand? I'm like, not a clue, bro.
Able to infer. Do you want to talk about God or not? Do you want to keep running?
So I want to talk about God, and I want to talk about your interpretation. Okay, let's talk about it. Q-Top, do you believe that your interpretation of God condones marriage that includes a 11, 12, or 13-year-old?
At this point,
this is a facts over feeling space.
Running away.
This is a facts over feeling.
Will, stop running.
This is a facts over feeling space.
I made a video on this.
Okay, then answer the question.
I literally made an entire video.
Then just answer. It's a very simple question,
bro. I'm not repeating myself. Let's actually have a
very
debate
simple
and
question.
Stop running.
This is a yes or no. Like, this is literally a yes or no. I don't know.
And you will be saved, bro. All this debauchery, you know what I'm saying? This life that you're engaged in, brother, God changed my life. He could change your life, bro. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you're going to be judged. You're going to be judged, bro, and you're going to stand before God. Now, let's talk about God, bro, because, again, I love you. And that's the only
Let me set down the rules of my life, and you're going to follow them if you're welcome on this life. Do you understand?
Bro. You understand me? Abortion is murder, and God is real. You understand me? Jesus Christ is Lord. You understand me? You understand me? Now, let's talk about God, bro.
Q-Top?
Oh, just kick him. He's not going to answer. He's running.
He's a good time for viewership.
Y'all can run, bro.
Q-Top. I have some very simple rules on my live, and if you disrespect them again, I will kick you. You can hear the rules of my life, Q-Top.
Bro.
Are you interested in following the rules of my life, Q-Top? Are you interested in following the rules of my life?
Are you trying to talk about God or what, bro?
I'm trying to talk about it, but I only do it when people respect.
I'm going to let you speak, bro. I'm going to go on mute.
Okay. Very simple. No preaching. Okay. When you ask a question, I will answer it. And when I ask a question, you will answer it. There's 3 very simple rules. 3 very, very simple rules. Some amount of overspeaking is inevitable and going to happen. Okay. Those 3 very simple rules should be respected. I asked you a direct question, and you have been unwilling to address it.
Okay. Now that you give me your rules, can I give you my rules? We can have a discussion. Okay,
do you have any things that are necessary for you to discuss? Do you have a request?
If you're a monarch in this live, then we actually can.
I am a dictator in this live.
Yeah. So no, you're just a monarch, bro. So listen to me.
You don't know what a monarch is.
You got Kenzie running a lot.
Don't win my hereditary.
You have no.
Bro, I don't run shit. I know my place in Will's live. If I'm going to continue to be a co-host, you got to be kidding me.
Out of mutual respect, I can respect other people's preferences. Do you have a request or a preference or a boundary, Q-Top?
Okay. Yes. This is my.
And I don't know why you're bringing me up. You're not here for me.
Ask me a close-ended question.
A closed-ended question.
Ask
Define
me
closed-ended.
only open-ended questions. Okay, a
What
closed-ended
are your
question
thoughts
means that the
on
proposition is
40-year-old
either
men
true or
marrying?
false. Yes or no.
Oh,
Kenzie,
no,
What are
I'm
your
not
I will
thoughts?
speaking to
I
you.
will ask binary
Kenzie,
questions,
oh my
and I
gosh.
expect
No,
binary answers. No, so
That's an
Will,
open
before
question.
we have a
I'll
conversation,
respond to that boundary. I'll
yeah,
respond to
Will,
that
one
boundary
second.
directly,
Before we have a
Q-Top.
conversation,
1 second,
can
I'll
you
respond to
please
that
tell
boundary
Kenzie
directly,
to
Q-Top.
mute? Because
No.
I can't have
No.
a conversation with you. I'm
That's a
gonna have to
workout
mute
for you,
you.
did it?
Kenzie
not do
just
that,
keeps
Q-Top.
speaking. Kenzie, I'm just trying to have a conversation
How
with the
dare
brother
a
Will.
woman do that?
Bro, stop
Why?
trying to make
Why?
it seem
Are
like
you not like intellectually up to my level?
Kenzie, it's one, like, I just want to have a conversation with Will. Like, that's all I'm asking. Like, I would literally
Why
talk
don't you
to you
just
all
answer
my
here?
life or something
Tell
like
you
that.
what, you
Kenzie,
answer
please.
my question, and then you and Will can go at it.
Kenzie, just
Since you
please,
want,
just one
since you just
second.
want Will all to
Stop
yourself.
crying, Q-Top. I'd love an answer.
Okay, 1 second, Will, because again, brother, like, I love you as a brother, right? And we had a very productive conversation last time, right? And I
I'd
don't
love for
think
this to be equally productive. That
yes,
starts
yes,
with
I wanted
mutual
to, but
respect.
again, we have a third party, and I think that's where things are getting thrown off.
I don't think so, Q-Top. So even when she wasn't speaking, I got my words out, and I asked you a direct question. And then you were absolutely and emotionally unwilling to address it in any productive way. You referenced to your own media, right, which you got butthurt about me doing in your life, so I wouldn't even go there. So no, Q-Top, you said to not ask close-ended questions. No, I will want a direct question. I will want a direct answer for you, right? Most things can be stated as yes, no. The stipulation I will give you, out of respect and out of productivity, is that if I do ask a yes or no question, I will allow a addendum. I will allow an explanation. Okay? And if that's not acceptable to you, you can leave. That is your choice. But those are the terms of my live. If you're not engaging in them, I'm happy to join your live at a later time, Q-Top. But if you're not willing to respect those very basic rules, when asked a question, I expect an answer. When
Will, again,
when asked a question, I expect to answer, and yes or no answers are acceptable within addendums and general mutual respect.
Okay, now, Will. Okay, now, can I ask you close-ended questions, or is this...
Absolutely, on the basis that you allow me to give a full answer. So I will happily start things with yes or no, right?
Okay.
But I need to give a full answer. So
Okay.
Q-Top,
Yes,
here's your
Will.
opportunity.
Will, but can I ask you a question first, or no?
I already asked you a question. And
Will,
so actually, sure, Q-Top, ask me a question.
I think this will set the point. Okay.
Sure, Q-Top, ask me a question.
Okay. What do you think the age of consent should be?
That depends on the individual case.
Okay, what you just said is exactly what I believe. So
Absolutely
I think. No, wait.
So you said you would give me a full answer.
Bro, you just spoke. Wait.
I didn't. Q-Top. Your question. No.
You just no. Will, we just agreed on something.
Q-Top. No. You said you would give a full answer. There we go.
Will,
Generally, 18 is an acceptable age of consent because on average, people are biologically equipped to give full informed consent in that case. The reason I say it depends on the case is obviously if someone is extraordinarily mentally impaired, for example, right? We should have a different age of consent for them.
Okay, well, one second. Okay.
Q-Top, no. If you are unable to follow very basic,
because I'm losing in the conversation.
Q-Top, you're not welcome to speak right now. Q-Top, you're not welcome to speak right now.
Because you said so
you're
much.
not
I
welcome
wish
to
I had
speak right
paper
now.
and pencil, bro.
There we go. You're not welcome to speak. It's very simple. So if things change, if things are extraordinary, we obviously have exceptions and changes. Typically, 18 is acceptable due to the mental state. 12, 11, and 13-year-olds will never have that mental state, or at least legally we should never recognize that mental state within 11, 12, or 13-year-olds, and therefore, I obviously don't think it's acceptable there. Q-Top, what about you?
Okay, so a couple of things. No, because I just want to ask you a question just so I can further...
I allowed my question on the
clarify.
basis that you would respect the rules. You did not, so I will not myself. I expect a direct and full answer to this question, Q-Top. Yeah, no, you broke the rules, so I'm not going to engage in them either. Q-Top, I'd love a direct answer to the question. Do you believe, Q-Top, do you know? This is not one-sided.
Okay, yeah, but I'm gonna be honest with you. You gotta come to the Christ Gang live because at the end of the day, right? Like, and I'm not saying anything, but I joined up in here and then like, and you are already going at like 1,000 viewers. You know what I'm saying? And that's all glory be to God. But now you're at 1.4 thousand viewers.
Q-Top, did you hear my original question?
This is fair. Like,
did you hear my original question?
Bro, I heard your question.
Then could you answer it?
I said. Yes, that's what I was literally about to do.
Yes, okay, you support pedophilia. Cool. So explain that.
Bro. Why do you believe that? Genuinely. Because, like, again, like, that's why I want to, I want to understand your beliefs. Because you're saying 18 is the age of consent, correct? That's what you believe?
That's not precisely what I said.
Okay, so there are other cases in which someone who is less than 18.
I didn't say
can
less than
consent.
18. I said older than 18.
Okay, are there any cases in which someone who is less than 18 can consent?
To what?
Sexual intercourse. That's what we're talking about, obviously.
Sexual intercourse? I believe between 16 and 18 is probably biologically productive. 13, there's an argument from 16
so
to 18.
that's what you believe.
There's an
correct?
argument from
Wait,
16 to 18.
One second, wait, because I want to make a huge distinction here, and then I'm actually going to get into my argument, because right now I'm just playing games with you. That's what you believe, correct? That's what you believe.
So it's not.
You say we're on an even playing field. You say, yes, you're going to explain yourself, but I'm just asking you, right?
Do I believe sometimes?
asking-
So, do I believe that at some point 16-year-olds can consent to sexual actions? Yes.
I'm saying,
One second,
why?
stop, and I'm allowed to explain myself. Due to a limited capacity of consent. The reason I give 18 as the age of consent is because that's the general capacity of consent. The 16 capacity of consent is in a pattern. 16, 16, 16, 17, 16 non-general power dynamic. So we implement extra protections. So therefore, it's not the full age of consent. I think that's incredibly consistent with both their mental state, the average mental development at that age, and consistently what is true within most societies. Right?
Okay,
That's
so you're
based
still
on
not
science
answering my
and-
question. You're still not answering my question.
What-
So
what part of your
you're
question
deeming-
did I not
so-
answer?
Yeah. So you're deeming that dependent upon this mental state, this thing is wrong, right? You're saying, okay, because an 18-year-old has this mental state, which I don't even know how you're measuring this and what
What
the data
question
is
of
for
yours
that.
did I not answer?
One second, Will.
What
one
question
second.
did I
I'm
not
gonna get
answer,
to it.
Q-Top?
Do
You
not
lied
interrupt.
about me, and I
Do not
prefer to
interrupt
not have
me.
liars
I'm
on
gonna
here.
get
What
to
did
it. I'm gonna get
Yeah,
to it.
and
Do not
Q-Top,
interrupt
didn't
me.
you say that
So you're
girls could
saying
consent
dependent
once they
upon
got their
this-
periods?
You're saying dependent upon this mental state that 18-year-olds supposedly have, which you can't measure this information. You're saying, I don't believe the age of consent should be less than 16 to 18 because of this mental state. What I'm saying is, how are you saying that's wrong? You have no standard to say that is right or wrong. It's all arbitrary. That's what you believe, dependent upon this quote unquote mental state. But that's what you deem it is right or wrong. What I'm saying is, I'm appealing to an objective standard, which is the Bible. And the Bible does not have a specific age. Where you at, Will? Come on back. Come on back, bro. Don't run. The Bible
Did
does
you
not have
say that girls could consent after they got their
the
period?
Bible does not have a specific age for marriage. The Bible
I
says
know, I'm
that
just
the
asking who
female
said that.
must be physically mature and emotionally mature. Physically
So
mature means
after
that she
their
has
period?
to have menstruated, and emotionally mature means she has the mental capacity to make that decision. And this is different for all people at different points in time. This is different. So it's
How do you
physical
determine
maturity
that?
and emotional maturity. I made a whole video about this on my live. There are some states where the age of consent is 16. This is all arbitrary. The law does not determine these things.
That's an appeal to legality.
Will says dependent upon this mental state that I deem, okay, is how we determine the age of consent.
Yeah,
is
I
right
didn't
or
say that I
wrong.
deemed
I'm saying
wrong.
Will, I'm saying this is again why I say you did not answer my question. I said, what is your standard for saying this is wrong? Why are you saying that's wrong?
You didn't ask that question. You didn't ask that question,
I
Q-Top.
did, bro. I have this record. I did ask you that question. I said why. I said why.
Okay,
do you
point.
think it's wrong?
Okay, yeah. If you have it recorded, send me the clip later. But let's pretend like what you're saying is true. You asked me why I think it's wrong to have intercourse under the age of consent.
No, bro. I said
Okay, then
why
what
do you
made-up question
believe?
did you ask me?
Why do you believe that the age of consent should be 16 to you believe that is wrong? And that's
What
where
is
I think the
wrong?
whole thing broke
Why,
down.
why do I believe what is wrong?
Somebody who is less than 16 being able to consent to marriage.
Which is what I just said you didn't. Okay, which is what you just said you didn't ask.
Consent to
why
marriage?
consent to marriage? Because of their typical incapacity to consent and the necessary power dynamic that is between those ages. So it's twofold, Q-Top, right? And this is what I got into, right? Is there are
The
two
necessary
things.
power
The ne-
dynamic.
so
Yeah,
the-
let's really talk about that. Yeah.
Let's talk about this. Stop speaking. One, the typical presumption of mental capacity, right? Because by and large, they will not have that mental capacity. And even in extraordinary
determine that
positions,
information?
one second.
How you
Even in
determine that
stop speaking.
information?
One second. It's not hard.
Yeah, see, well, you got to come to my live, bro, because you can't
Okay,
answer
cool.
questions.
And in the secondary,
just run,
time,
bro.
we live
Y'all
in a
just
society
run.
where necessarily older people, okay, and even in rare cases where they may have mental capacity to consent, they will never not have a power dynamic that is unconsensual. Right. That's why up until the point of full legal recognition,
Can you
right,
define
where there is a
power
legal
dynamic?
one second, where there is a legal recognition of their equality, okay, we protect them from that power dynamic. So it's twofold.
Yeah, can you define power dynamic?
What's confusing about that definition?
No, can you define the way you're referring to it in that context so I could just poke holes in whatever the heck you just said because it made no sense. So can you define
So how
power
can you
dynamic?
poke holes in it if you don't
Yeah,
understand?
yeah. Can you define power dynamic? I'm asking you like multiple times. Are you gonna answer? Or you just gonna keep running?
Well, I don't know what you mean by define power dynamic. What part of that do you
You
not know what
kept
it is?
using the term power dynamic. There's a power dynamic between
Yeah, I'm just
the
confused what you
female
don't
and the male.
understand.
I'm asking you to define that term. Define it.
A case in which power, well, a power dynamic generally is just the relationship between two people's power, two people's control, two people's ability to manipulate a situation. In this case, I'm referring to specifically an unequal power dynamic, right? Where one person has significantly less ability to control or influence a situation, right?
Perfect.
Specifically, the power dynamics I'm referring to are political, social, and economic.
Perfect. Perfect, Will. Now, why is that wrong? I'm going to keep coming back to the same point when we talk about right and wrong. Why is that wrong? There's a power dynamic.
I didn't say
I'm going to give that to you. There's a power dynamic in every relationship, right? Every single relationship that we have in reality, there's a power dynamic. There is some standard of power, right? In any relationship. I'm asking you a basic question. Again, this is like
Did
the
I
second
say that there
time
being a power dynamic was wrong?
That's the question that I've been asking
But
you.
did I
Will.
say? Okay,
Why
no, I did not say that. I did not say that.
I'm going to ask you this question. Why do you believe it's wrong for somebody who is under the age of 16 to consent?
I've already answered that.
I would argue there's psychological capacity.
Okay, so you're saying there's a standard of psychological capacity. This is an age. So when every female reaches this specific age, they develop this
You should say
sense
women.
of psychological capacity. No, female.
Female is an adjective.
Male and female.
Female is an adjective, so you have to say female, human.
Yeah, so Will, do you want to talk about God? Because again, like, man,
you seem to be running away from this. I'm really intrigued by this because this is actually so. Wait, Q-Top. So no, you asked me a few questions about it. You didn't respect the one rule you agreed to. So let's just be quite honest. I think I've made the point. I think I've made the point. I think I've made the point quite clearly, which I haven't suggested power dynamics are wrong. What I've suggested is that consent under power dynamics are inherently limited. Right? And particularly the confluence of power dynamics that happen with particularly young ages and particular old ages. It's a good presumption of lack of consent. And there's next to, if any, cases where this power dynamic isn't true. So it's not just psychological, right? Which you'll be like, well, there are exceptions in psychological. That's true. There are exceptions in psychological. Right. No one's denying that between, 1 month before you turn 18, you're that different than 1 month after you turn 18, right? It's an average. Right. What we're talking about is that 1 month prior to turning 18, you have very different rights than 1 month after you turn 18. Right. And that's a power dynamic that someone can take advantage of and typically will take advantage of. So there are, right.
So
there are massive,
like I said, I'm a true seeker. Context in ancient Israel, right? We don't have the same laws. We don't develop at the same times. There's a different sense of moral obligations, responsibility. These people, it's a totally different standard of living. It's a totally different way of life. So when we talk about the cultural context in ancient Israel, we have to keep in mind females were they had to be very, very, very responsible. And they matured a lot early. And that's why in Jewish culture, females were considered grown at the age of 12. And this is not just me speaking. This is like a consensus. Like
Why don't you say girls?
You can Google this. So they were literally considered grown at the age of 12. And so what I'm saying is
they were also considered property. So
that is not true, Will. That is not.
I mean, effectively, they were. They
that,
couldn't own
that,
property.
That is nowhere in the Bible.
You don't think that arranged marriages were?
Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. So there is a perfect harmony within.
They also said that you could marry your. But I'm speaking to you.
No problem speaking one person at a time and answering questions. But again, like I'm speaking to Will, Kenzie.
You're not answering questions. I didn't ask about this, Q-Top.
Okay. I'm clarifying something.
I don't like liars. Don't lie.
Yeah, and just say children or girls. Like I think that's why you say females, because it feels wrong to say children or girls.
True.
Yeah, so that's just your vernacular.
My standard.
Also, what do you mean formatical? What does that mean?
That is your standard. That is your standard.
No, that's how English language works.
Okay, so if I describe a female as a female, you're saying that's wrong?
The female is the description. Do you know what an adjective is?
Kenzie, do you know who Jesus Christ is?
Oh my God,
No.
you're inane.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
I know you don't know who Jesus Christ is because you've been running this whole conversation.
Okay.
So Kenzie,
So wait, I answered your question. Can you tell me what an adjective is?
So Kenzie, if you really want to stoop down to that level, we can both ask each other questions.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah. So let me ask you a question because you just asked me.
Wait. First answer my question. What is an adjective?
Do you know what the 4 fundamental interactions in physics is?
Q-top. I'm a man here. People you respect, right? when you say we can ask each other questions, that means that when she answered your question, which she did, you gotta do the same thing. Otherwise, you're a really fucking annoying person. So let's try and not do that. And answer the question that she asked.
I don't really care how you define annoying. I'm not really here for your definitions or subscriptions. Really, what I'm here to do is just tell y'all that y'all need to repent and be saved.
If you're here to preach, you're not welcome.
At the end of the day,
if you're here to preach, you're not welcome. I'm not going to kick you. I'm going to try.
Q-top, if I don't sin, then Jesus died for nothing, right?
So true.
I mean, you already admitted aborted babies go to heaven, so I'm doing God's work.
Question? Me? Will, you running?
No, so you were breaking. You were breaking the rule of our live. Right?
Well, do you remember
Q-top? Do you remember the rules of our live?
Because it's looking real bad for you.
Q-top, do you remember the rule of our live?
You haven't engaged.
Q-top, I think in this live it hasn't looked bad for Will. I think it's looked bad for the person who won't condemn pedophilia. To be honest,
you haven't engaged with me one time.
I have. That's absolutely not true, Q-top. That's absolutely not true. You are absolutely a liar, Q-top. I have not.
Yeah, that's projection because you haven't engaged with me once, Q-top.
I subscribed to your own argument in which I didn't even want to respond to because I made a whole video.
Because you were scared of the consequences.
And then I asked you. I'm not scared of no consequences, bro. I'm not held accountable to you. Who are you, bro? Like who?
That's fine.
What consequences?
Look, you can big macho man this, right? No one's going to want it. No one believes you. No one cares. You're scared of the social consequences, and that's why you ran away from it.
What consequences? You're a smart guy. Well, define your terms. Give me a substantiation for your claim. You're a smart guy. Give me consequences. Yes.
The lack of respect from any rational person that hears you supporting a fundamental understanding of Christianity that supports the selling and engagement of children into marriage. You are such a radical fundamentalist that you are supporting, with your despicable religion, pedophilia. What the consequence? All conceivable social interactions that you have on this live. I saw you as a harmless Christian. Now I see you as a radical fundamentalist. That's the consequence.
Will, as somebody who calls himself an intellectual, bro, it's really funny.
I never called myself an intellectual, Q-top. That's not lie. That's not. I don't like liars. I never called myself an intellectual. I never called myself an intellectual.
As somebody who thinks he's a smart guy, do you think you're a smart guy?
I have no obligation to this statement.
Yeah. I know you don't think you're a smart guy. Yeah. So as somebody who's not a smart guy, bro, what you just said made absolutely no sense.
I am actually happy to show that this is the
you actually have no standard to determine what is right or wrong, and you still running from that.
I don't determine
that I gave you.
Wrong,
you literally don't determine any of these things because it's all arbitrary if you determine these things. So what I'm saying is we have to appeal to
that I determined it, but
God determines these things.
So do you want to talk about your claims? Or
Bro,
do you want to
I've been trying to talk about them this whole time.
You haven't. You've been bitching and moaning about me trying to get you to talk about them.
No, all you've done is ran from my points, bro. You're a runner.
Ask me a direct question, I'll give you a direct answer.
You might as well be.
Q-top, ask me a direct question and give me a direct answer, and I'll give you a direct answer.
Ask you a direct question? Perfect. Thank you so much. What do you believe the age of consent should be?
I've already answered that. Do you remember my answer?
Yes. I want you to restate it for everybody.
Then do not. Okay, ask me. I want you to restate it for everybody.
Why do you keep
fucking idiot? Q-top, you're an idiot. Q-top, you are very dumb.
Why do you keep muting me? Bro, I literally care less what you have to say, bro. It's like dust coming out your mouth, bro. Like literally, like
Q-top, stop speaking.
You're unintellectual. You're unintellectual, bro.
That's fine. You can attack me. That's fine. That's very godlike.
You have. No. It's true.
You lied about me.
Unintellectuals actually side with logic.
Q-top, so you lied about me.
You've continued to quote misinformation on me. I lied about you? How did I lie about you? I said you consider yourself.
You said that I kept. When you ask a question, what do I expect you to want? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I expect you to want an answer. You lied about me. How did you lie about me? Okay. You said that I was running from your questions. Okay. I asked you to ask me a question, and it was one that you yourself admitted I had already answered. So when you said that I was running from your questions, that was a lie. Do you have a new question?
That's not a lie. That's not a lie.
Okay,
so are you?
I don't care. Do you? I'm not going to play this game with you.
Don't make a claim and then don't. Bro, you keep playing this.
I'm not going to.
Are we Rando or Rando or
stupid little? Bro, stop. Bro, stop playing.
Oh, Will's exerting his masculinity. Go.
I am.
Go
so, Q-Top. I am. That's what's happening. That is exactly what's happening. This is the most masculine I've felt in a while. Q-Top, you don't know the effect that you're having on me.
Bro.
How does it feel to be dominated by another man, Q-Top?
Okay. So, Will, are you actually going to engage with what I'm saying?
So, ask me. Well, I'm happy to engage in a question. Ask me a question, and ask me a direct question. I'll give you a direct answer.
Okay. Do you believe it's wrong for somebody under the age of 16 to consent to sexual intercourse?
I don't think it's possible for them to.
That didn't answer my question.
Well, so it's neither wrong nor right to do something you can't do.
Will, hold up, bro, because I literally, you say you want me to ask the question, and again, I asked first question, which is, what do you think the age is? Because again, I wanted to get everybody caught up because we're getting new viewers. So I wanted to get everybody caught up, so I asked that question. Now I asked you a straight up question. Do you think it's wrong? And you say you don't think it's possible.
Yes.
What the hell are you saying? You're not even answering my question, bro.
Can something be wrong or right if it's not possible?
Bro, Jesus.
Can something be wrong or right if
Q-Top is the only one who's going to tell you this, bro. Jesus really loves you. You need to repent.
Q-Top, can something be wrong?
You need to be baptized in the river, in the Jordan River. You need to get that. You need to get that hair wet, bro. You need to go down.
He's incredibly good at this, actually.
Good at unmuting.
You need to go down.
He's really good at it.
It must happen to him a lot.
Q-Top, are you about to go into tongues?
Will, you need to go down in water for the remission of your sins, man.
Q-Top,
you know what I'm saying?
have you ever converted anyone this way?
I'm so passionate, bro.
You are making your cult look more and more crazy.
Thousands of people every single day.
How old are you?
Jesus Christ is Lord. Jesus Christ is Lord. I converted thousands of people every single day. Kenzie, I really don't even answer. You asked me such a low level, just honestly dumb question. And so
you couldn't answer.
And so at this point, I'm no longer even responding to you. But
I don't think you've ever responded to any of the questions I've asked.
Jesus Christ is Lord. Jesus Christ is Lord, man. And again, I'm so passionate about this stuff because I know how God really changed my life, man. And again, I think the best thing is when it comes to this, is
did he take away your brain cells?
Really matters. Testimony really matters, man.
Your testimony doesn't.
I mean, ignorance is bliss.
Is
that like the world you live in?
Really give you a. Could give you.
Can we abort him yet?
I don't want to give him that satisfaction. I'm just going to let him sit on fire.
Undesirable fetus.
Okay.
Abortion is murder.
Abortion sends babies to heaven.
I'm a Bible AI. Abortion is murder. Abortion is murder.
What is murder?
Abortion is murder. Abortion is murder. What is murder? Taking someone's life without a justified intent.
Why is abortion not justified?
Where does it say that in the Bible, Q-Top?
I could give you verses. I'm in the
give me the verse where it says that legal formulation.
What legal formulation?
The one you just said.
That what? Abortion is murder?
No.
What you defined murder as, Jesus. Jesus Christ.
Yes. Okay, stop blasphemy, Kenzie. You just go on mute. So Will, are you talking about
so Kenzie asked you
is taking someone's life without justified intent.
You asked me what I was asking. Let me clarify. You asked me what I was asking. Let me clarify.
Bro, I know
you asked me
what
I
you're
was
asking.
asking. Let me clarify.
Can I tell you what you were asking?
Why did you ask? You're a liar.
What is
I don't speak to liars, Q-Top. I'm happy to show up on your live at some point, but I'm going to move on to the next person.
You're running, bro. You're literally running.
You are a liar.
He's not running. He's kicking. Those are